Hi, good afternoon. This is Sophia Wong. On behalf of Champion REIT, welcome all to our 2024 Interim Results Analyst Briefing. Today, our CEO, Ms. Christina Howe, and Investment and Investor Director, Ms. Amy Look, represent our interim results with you all. Christina, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Together with Amy, we'd like to welcome you all. I'll walk you through the 2024 interim results highlights and the property performance. And Amy will go through the financial highlights and sustainability with you. And then I will wrap up with the outlook of Champion REIT. For the 2024 interim period, our quality property portfolio has demonstrated resilience amid the uncertain macro environment. First of all, I would like to highlight that in June this year, we successfully refinanced the unsecured bank loan by a 3-year Hong Kong dollar 5.05 billion unsecured loan facilities with interest margin of 88 basis points over HIBOR. Currently, we have undrawn committed facilities of Hong Kong dollar 4.0 billion on hand, which is sufficient to service all the refinancing needs in 2024 and 2025. Secondly, the sales of Langham Place Mall continue to outperform the overall Hong Kong retail market. In first half of 2024, while Hong Kong retail sales went down by 6.6% year-on-year, Langham Place Mall achieved a positive sales growth of 2.3%. On sustainability, 3 Garden Road has become the first quadruple platinum existing building in Hong Kong, with the highest platinum rating of LEED and White Score achieved this year, demonstrating our commitment to sustainability across the properties and value chain. Also, during the reporting period, we continue to enhance the collaboration and engagement with tenants and stakeholders through a series of campaigns and events to foster our ecosystem across all properties. Now, let's go through the performance of each of our properties. 3 Garden Road. As mentioned, we are the first quadruple platinum Grade A office building in Hong Kong under the existing building certification category. This has proven our continuous commitment to sustainability at all our properties. And the overall leasing momentum in the central Grade A office market remained subdued in the first half of 2024, and occupiers remain cost-conscious amid uncertain economic outlook. Despite the abundant supply, occupancy at 3 Garden Road stayed resilient, as we observed more inquiries from asset management firms and family offices and managed to secure some new small-sized tenants during the reporting period. Occupancy stood at 82.3% as at 30th June 2024. However, the competitive landscape undoubtedly impacted the central office market rental. Negative rental reversion of the property continued in first half of 2024, with passing rent softened to 89.5 per square foot. A majority of lease expiries in 2024 has been handled, and close to 80% of tenants will stay. So we have proactively reached out to tenants with leases expiring in 2025 and beyond, and started negotiation with them on renewal in order to mitigate the relatively concentrated expiry profile. And currently, over 20% of 2025 expiries have been confirmed to renew. And to enhance the engagement with our tenants, we continue to host a regular music concert, Musica de Chorale, every month. Also, female tenants were invited to our Women's Day celebration. And also, we had held our Father's Day event and the other kinds of tenant engagement events that were well received by our tenants. For Langham Place office, As the recovery of mainland medical beauty tourism after the pandemic was slower than expected, some beauty and medical tenants scaled down their operations in Langham Place office tower. Occupancy dropped to 87.1% as at 30th June 2024. Yet, the property continued to be a lifestyle and wellness hub with lifestyle tenants occupying 69% of the area. We continue to observe demand from healthcare and beauty segments. Market rental of the property softened and passing rent decreased to Hong Kong dollar 44.2 square foot as at 30th June 2024. A majority of expiry leases in 2024 has been confirmed to renewed. And we have strengthened our collaboration with lifestyle tenants on marketing and promotion activities, such as the customer acquisition campaign launched in May. The joint promotion Beauty Passport aimed to draw new customers to the beauty tenants of Langham Place office tower and to drive customer spending in Langham Place Mall. We received positive feedback from tenants where over 700 new customers enjoy beauty and wellness treatment from over 40 brands. The campaign not only reinforced tenants' relationship and brought more business to tenants, but also enhanced the image of property as a lifestyle hub. For Langham Place Mall, the mall continued to outperform the overall Hong Kong retail market in the first half, while Hong Kong retail sales declined by 6.6% year-on-year. Tenant sales of the mall increased by 2.3%. And the base rent portion increased to Hong Kong dollar 242 million, while the turnover rent portion amounted to Hong Kong dollar 107 million. And the increase in proportion of base rent is due to more tenants paying turnover rent has resumed to pay the base rent. So there is only minimal number of tenants paying pure turnover rent only during the reporting year. And occupancy of the mall returned to 100%. Passing rent of the mall rose to Hong Kong dollar 187.2 square foot due to positive rental reversion of some leases renewal and signing up leases with new tenants. To reinforce Langham Place profile as a premier beauty hub, we launched collaborative initiatives with our beauty tenants in April and May. During the campaign, our first live broadcast with a mega influencer on Douyin kicked off, gaining significant attention. And during the period, we also collaborated with credit cards and payment systems to recruit new members to the mall and boost consumption. We also collaborated with a new tenant, White Market, to host the first weekend market at the Hai Song Spiral during the weekends since June, and it continues up till now. The event successfully drove footfall to the Hai Song and received positive feedback from the nearby tenants as well. So currently there's another round of weekend market along the spiral, and it's also drawing discussion and tension in local and Chinese social media. And throughout the year, we continue to introduce new shops and first in Hong Kong brands to the mall in order to enhance tenant mix and strengthen the offerings to shoppers, as well as increase our rental income. The recent addition included trendy Korean brand Emis and fast-growing souffle pancake brand Fufulet. Both of them are drawing crowds to the mall. On asset enhancement, we have been carrying out a subdivision work on L1 to enhance the tenant mix and improve rental return. The existing sportswear brand has been downsized and already reopened with a fresh look and tailor-made design to Langham Place Mall. While a few new beauty stores will be opened soon. Also, the new LED walls and panels were installed to facilitate marketing for marketing. And Amy will now update on our financial position and sustainability.
Thanks, Christina. In the first half of 2024, the high interest rate environment continued to affect our performance. While the tourist arrivals number grew solidly, the strong local currency affected consumption and also drove an outflow of local travelers. While the overall rental market has slowed down, rental income of Langham Place Mall continued to grow. While Hong Kong office market remained under pressure in view of the supply situation, Free Garden Road demonstrated resilience with stable occupancy. For the first half of 2024, total rental income dropped 4.5% year-on-year to Hong Kong dollar 1,115 million, and the net property income dropped 4.1% to Hong Kong dollar $9.54 million. As average HIBOR was higher than the same period last year, interest expenses went up. Distributable income dropped 11.9% year-on-year to Hong Kong dollar 544 million, and interim DPU dropped 12.7% year-on-year to Hong Kong dollar 0.0809. And looking at the rental income breakdown, Langham Place Mall continued to grow. However, rental reversion of both office properties remained negative. The growth in retail rental income was insufficient to cover the decline in rental income of the office portfolio. Net property income of Langham Place Mall went up 5.4% to Hong Kong dollar 302 million, while that of Langham Place Office and Free Garden Road dropped by 4.9% to Hong Kong dollar 145 million and 8.8% to Hong Kong dollar 507 million respectively. Looking at our financial position, it remains stable. Gearing ratios that stay at a comfortable level of 23.1% as at 30th of June 2024. The undrawn committed credit facilities on hand amounted to Hong Kong dollar 4 billion, which is well enough to service all the outstanding debts maturing in 2024 and 2025. The fixed rate debt portion lowered to 35.1% as at 30th of June 2024 after the expiration of some interest rate swaps. After the reporting period, we have entered into some new interest rate swaps, raising the fixed rate debt portion to the current 40.6%. For the property valuation, there was a mild drop of 2.5% to Hong Kong dollar 61.4 billion due to lower rental rate assumption for office properties. Cap rates for all the properties remain unchanged, with Free Garden Road at 3.7%, Langham Place Office at 4.1%, and Langham Place Mall at 4%. NAV as at 30th of June 2024 was Hong Kong dollar 7.42 per unit. Now I'll pass back to, next will be sustainability. We have been championing shared values and all-round resilience through collaborative strategies. As mentioned earlier, Free Garden Road became Hong Kong's first existing building with the prestigious quadruple platinum after attaining LEED Platinum and after the WISE Gold Platinum certification this year. This milestone served as a solid proof of our efforts to create seamless users' digital connectivity while embodying efficient and innovative green practices across our operations. In July, we have organized our first ever Champion REIT ESG Week with impactful programs attracting over 300 attendees from business and community sectors. The event featured novel initiatives, including the ESG Forum, Social Impact Pitch, and the WELL Summit. Next will be the outlook, and I'll pass back to Christina.
Thank you. Looking forward, the global economy is clouded by geopolitical tension and policy risk. Also, the high interest rate environment will continue to impact on our operating environment. And for our portfolio, tenant retention, remains the top priority. And we'll stay flexible with our leasing strategies. Pressure on office rental is expected to remain in view of the supply situation. For the Langham Place Mall, we'll continue to refine the tenant mix to enhance the offerings to both local and tourists, as well as to increase rental income. However, the growth in sales may continue to be pressured if the trend of local residents traveling outbound remains. Regarding liabilities management, we'll continue to develop new banking relationships to broaden the funding sources. And meanwhile, the potential rate cuts could ease interest expense pressure. We will continue to organize impactful events and form strategic partnership to enhance collaboration with tenants and business partners, enriching the ecosystem throughout our portfolio. So we'll end our presentation here. Thank you.
Here comes the Q&A section. Please feel free to raise your hands and state your name and company before asking questions. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Cindy from Citi. So I have two questions here. One is on Langham Place Mall. So I think it's quite encouraging to see we still have positive retail sales growth in the first half. Just would you mind walk us through how did we actually achieve that? Is it outperformance by any specific tenants or because of some introduction of new tenants, etc.? And also if you can help us break down by, say, first quarter and second quarter, how's the trend there? And how do we have, say, an outlook for the second half? And the second question is on 3 Garden Road office. So obviously we are thrilled to coming back to 3 Garden Road, but just wondering on the expiry in 2025, how's the expiring rent and how's the current spot rent? So in terms of, say, around 20% of them confirmed to stay, but what about the rest? What's our strategy to retain them? And how do we see the current, say, competitive landscape with some of the new supplies? Are they slashing down prices, or do we see pressure there? Thank you.
So for the Langham Place Mall, the beauty segment continued to be the key driver for the sales growth. And we did say in the second quarter, the growth momentum have slowed down due to the strong Hong Kong dollar currency and the outflow of Hong Kong residents as well. And in terms of the 3 Garden Road, the spot rent, it's around mid-70s to 80s. And the strategy of how to retain tenants, as I have mentioned, in fact, tenants are now more cost conscious and relocation cost is really high. And our strategy to retain our tenants, I've mentioned in my presentation that we have continued our effort to upgrade our premises. And also we continue our effort in tenant engagement, providing value add services and experience for them to stay within our ecosystem. And also, as said, for the ongoing renewal, we also stay flexible at our terms, and also we'll make tailor-made solution to help tenants to give them a solution. So I think we have to provide a win-win solution to achieve that. Thank you.
Thank you, management. This is Mark Leung from UBS. I have about maybe 2 questions. I think you mentioned the 3 Garden Road expiry rent is reaching like maybe mid-70s to 80s. Just want to check for our 2 office building, what is the current spot rent is? And then secondly, I think is on the 2 specific office building for the occupancy. I think the first one is for 3 Garden Road. Previously, some newspaper mentioned one of your anchor tenant is planning to move somewhere else nearby, maybe years ago. Not sure how's the rent negotiation with that tenant. I think that's the first questions. And then the second one is regarding on the Langham Beauty Tower. I understand that majority of our tenant mix is regarding to beauty. Do we see in the future got more occupancy pressure because the beauty businesses has also faced intensifying competition from the Shenzhen as well? Thank you.
Maybe we will have some clarification. The expiring rent for Free Garden Road actually for this year, for the remainder of this year, is roughly pretty similar to the passing rent, which is at the high 80s.
So the spot rent I just mentioned is mid-70s to 80s for Free Garden Road. And for our Lanham Place is early to mid-40s. Regarding the tenant, that anchor tenant is still our tenant, and we keep close dialogue with them. The second part is on the Lanham Beauty. There's no pressure on the occupancy or on the beauty, and we are expanding our beauty zone as well. So since the beauty brands are performing well, and we are engaging 10 different customers by different marketing and promotion tactics in order to help our tenants do more sales. So we will have more beauty brands opening at our L1 this year. You mean the office side? It's Lanham Place office. We do see some demand in the smaller size demand on the beauty side, as well as on the medical side, so that we have signed up a few leases this year to cater that smaller operator to be at our Lanham Place office.
Hi, management. Thank you. This is Percy from DBS. Just one question on Lanham Place Mall. Could you comment on the occupancy cost ratio as well as how is the current sales versus pre-COVID level? Thank you.
Occupancy cost is pretty similar to last year, which is also pretty similar to our pre-COVID level at low 20s.
If no more questions, let's conclude our briefing today. Thank you so much for coming and hope to see you next time. Thank you.